What's good? This is Troublesome Times, the podcast. Again, since everyone else is making a podcast, I should give it a shot too. Because it's so easy. Yeah, I really did not think I was going to do this again. This was really, honestly, this was going to be a one-time thing. But what happened is that I'm going to be out on vacation, since it's going to be around my birthday. La-di-da-di-da, have a good time. Yes? And there is something I really waited for this whole moment for. But, you see, here's the thing. I don't know how celebrities can be upset about what people say when they don't even try to have any control over it. You see, and that's what I want to do. And it was going to be really, really good. I mean, I put a lot of thought and creativity into every project I know. Because I act like each one is going to be my last. I also think that, I don't know how people are going to react, so I might as well give it my best shot. Whatever. So, let's get to know me in case people missed the last one. I am Jack Wonderland Frost. Yes. I've said that before. I'm pretty sure you heard it. It's everywhere on my social media under that name. And let me see, people have asked, how do you come up with the name for Jack Wonderland Frost? I'm going to brush that up a little, make it a little more brief this time. Jack Wonderland Frost, the Wonderland was a theory I had about Wonderland from the novel Alice in Wonderland. I wanted to test it out. I had a very, let me see, what's the word that's going for? I had a unorthodox method of character development. So that was So, and it's funny because when you look back, you never stop growing. So it makes sense that a character doesn't stop developing. So this is what my buddies have described the Jack Wonderland Frost. The first phase was around when I was 17. Well, I was about to turn 18. And it's really, I look back on it and I'm thinking, wow, yes, it surprises me too if you find it. Phase 1 I was completely different. For the biggest one of them all is, I did not curse at all. Right, what the hell? Sounded like I was up in Chicago. Gosh, that aged very well, considering I drop the F-bomb in almost every video I do. See, and the reason why it was like that is because Jack Frost at the time, Wonderland Frost, whatever, did not curse around in general, and I thought I gave that a shot, but yeah, that was perfectly, yeah. I also like to think he never knew what cursing was, so he had to make up his own lingo. Or they, anyway. Another big thing was that, oh my god, boomer vibes over there, definitely pulled that off. And man, socially awkward. That was the perfect way to describe phase 1 of Jack Wonderland Frost. That was the shortest period of my time. And then we describe phase 2, which was around about 3 years ago by now, right? About 3 years ago. God, really? I still had the stage name Jack Wonderland Frost because I really liked the name. I still had the email and everything. And so I would go around every once in a while under that stage name. Then lightning in a bottle happened. And no matter what, I could not escape it. Phase 2. I was revived from, God, it was nearly 10 years ago. And it's funny because this would have been the first, again, like, I know I mentioned this before if you've seen the last one. If not, I did not talk online right before that. And that was because I hated every aspect of myself. So I would, like, use the things I've learned from theater and all sorts of other things as a way to be funny. Good thing I write. That really helped me a lot. And then over time, there's two main reasons I decided to take a break or do a hiatus or something around there, because one, I was going through a bunch of personal stuff. It's a various amount of things, but the biggest one was trying to get my goals. I was reaching my goals that I had at the time. And since it was the pandemic and everything, I was trying to get that back in order. And everything took much longer than I expected. So I did it from mental break. That was the first reason. And the second less important reason was I had really, really bad artist block. I mean, it was the pandemic. I'm pretty sure that was a big reason why that I was getting overwhelmed. So I did see when I did the whole goodbye video, I would describe it as, I did not know if I was going to come back. I pretty much left that open to the table, because another thing I seem to notice about myself is that I eventually come back no matter what, in some way, shape, or form. I didn't entirely leave the internet. I was still on TikTok, and that helped me brush up on my video making skills. I have been making videos since I was around 11 or 12 years old. So a lot of that I just brushed up my skills. I'm still doing it now. And then phase 3, I was still overwhelmed by a bunch of stuff because it didn't go as fast as I expected. Then one day, a few friends of mine saying, why don't you go back and make videos again on a regular basis? And at this time, I thought a lot of people forgot about me. And I wasn't sure, so I thought I would eventually do it. I didn't make a grand, announcement or anything. I just pretty much said I came back. And then, it's funny, it's kind of weird. The good thing is that I talk like a radio star. I guess I'm a YouTube like radio star or something. I guess that's what all these YouTube podcasters are. Is that a lot of people did not know that I make like silly little videos. And it's kind of funny because every once in a while when I try to get feedback, I do release little clips and people are like, oh, this is funny. I'm like, thank you. If it's good for a general audience, I know that I got it. Well, so yeah, this has been pretty fun, making all these videos, entertaining them, and I can look back and say, I did it. I did things right. That's one of the biggest things I can describe about myself is I try to do the right things for the right reasons. And what I learned throughout my whole life is that sometimes doing the right thing is also the hardest thing to do. Sometimes not everyone's going to like you or not going to understand why you do it. But, considering most of those people that have glamorized me and put me on a pedestal and did admire me or something like that, it was very off-putting to me, regardless. If this happened in the span of a month, 3 years ago. And then, you know what? I'm glad I did the right thing. Sometimes people ask me why do I do it and why was I transparent. It's like, well, otherwise, it's like my director would have told me, If you're not gonna do it all the way, you might as well not have done it at all. And you know what? I've done a lot of stupid shit. Sure. But at least I can look back and say, wow, I was funny back then. Now I'm just funnier than ever. And it's funny because being a teenager at the time, you have people tell you, oh, you're good and all that. My director, on the other hand, oh, good. Now you can be better in 10 years. Now when you look back, you'll see exactly how bad you were before. And you're sure right about that. Gosh. Because, man, my grammar, my dialogue has gotten much natural. The situations have gotten realistic. And the stuff that's supposed to be very off the wall is easy to comprehend. And of course, my timing and pacing has gotten way, way, way better. That's another thing I didn't notice when I got into feedback. If people are still trying to get the first joke after the next joke, maybe it should be redone. Oh boy. Good times, good times. I am so glad that I spent nearly 3 years of my life, including after school too, looking at videos in one take and then having to write notes as I go and then writing my reviews based on the notes that I have taken, that I have seen. I went, damn, that is very helpful. That was pretty brutal, but it did help me in the long run. Now, when I go back and I take notes and then I edit, it's much easier in comparison. I had to write a 5-paragraph essay on why the acting in I Am Legend is better. I no longer like that movie. Okay? Justice for the dog. I love Will Smith. Will Smith is one of the coolest guys alive, but damn, I could have went my whole life without seeing I Am Legend that many times. Sheesh. Anyway, seems like the longer I've done this, and the more videos and stuff I've tried to show people, this is the whole channel, it seems like. My whole persona. Wow, you have seen the weirdest stuff. Do you think I wanted to? It finds me. I see it. I'm thinking, okay, I'll give it a chance. Yeah. They burn in my head rent-free. And I'll never forget it. And I don't know why there haven't been more videos made about this stuff. I never thought I'd say in my life, one of the greatest songs in the world that features Bruno Mars came from a 420 friendly movie where butt stuff doesn't count, okay? I did not think I could pull that off, let alone would ever say that in my life. But that is the great thing about scripts, huh? And performances. Man. And then some people may say, oh wow, it must be crazy seeing the weirdest stuff. And have to make a video every week. I would love to imagine how people describe me. Guess what? What? People are saying Jack Frost is 7 people. And what did they say? They said I am every single one of them. I am Ross. I am Rachel. I am Chandler. I am Phoebe. I am Joey. I am Jack. I am Chrissy. I am the Ropers. I am Barney. I am Fred. I am Wilma. I am Betty. I am Peter. I am Lois. I am Chris. I am Meg. I am Brian. I am Stewie. I am Homer. I am Marge. I am Bart. I am Lisa. I am Maggie. I am Mr. Burge. I am Smithers. I am Barney again. The one that maybe taking a nice nap after having one too many. I feel that. For sure. Yeah. Guess what? What? Jack Frost did close-ups. Of what? Oh, just some YouTube video about Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa and slow motion. And then there's a movie poster that the movie says Mac and Devin go to high school. Ew. Any other close-ups? Oh, yeah. The one where that weird onion guy posted his OnlyFans content. And then Jack Frost, in our funny little group chat, somewhere I heard on the rumor mill, had zoomed in close-ups of onion guy's OnlyFans and discovered that he does not wash his butt after using the bathroom. I really did not need to know that Onion Guy's OnlyFans contained a severe amount of heat rash. Guess what? What? Somebody said Jack Frost is evil. Somebody said Jack Frost is annoying. Yeah? What did they say? Jack Frost sang the lyrics to a war song. And then, what did you say after that? I said, take this seriously. And then what did they say? They sang the lyrics to Chum Millionaire's Good Morning. They told me good morning. Can you believe that? It is 9 o'clock at night. It is? Right now, but for me it says 11. No, it's midnight. Okay, that's enough about me, right? I hope you love getting to know me. It seems like the more you post online, the more you reveal yourself to everybody else. That's what happens when you share everything about yourself on the internet. People get to know things about you, and then they're like, how did you know that? You posted it on Twitter! I was one of the 100 people who saw it. How else would I not know it? Do you think I astral project my body and then just look through your phone that way, through your own eyeballs while you were taking a nap after watching the latest season of American Idol? Whatever singing show's on Netflix right now? Right. It's very fun. And yes, I am good with what I choose to reveal. And whatever I do know about. And what I wouldn't want shared about myself that's personal. Or, that's maybe not in my place. I will do my best not to be that person that just runs around and tattles on people. Because, you know what? If they want to know so badly, just do what I do. Ask. What is the meaning of life? To me, to have fun. What color is the sky? Blue. But today, it's dark gray because it looks like it's going to rain again. Oh, and it's a little white because it's pretty cloudy right now. I'm pretty sure that's how I know it's going to rain. Shoot. I really don't want to do any dead silence here. But you know what? It's the summer. It's hot. I'm out on vacation. I'm having a good time. Don't worry. My pictures that I occasionally travel and I occasionally will show to everyone is pretty good. As you'll see, I'm doing great. Don't worry about me for now. And especially after you're done listening to this. Right now, I'm having my signature drink, which is tea. And it's funny, some people have asked me about the mug that I often feature in my videos. And first of all, it's not pink. It's periwinkle, but for some weird reason, some people think it's pink in the videos. And another reason why I have it is because this is going to be a little embarrassing, but the mug had a lid. I got it at Five Below. I know, embarrassing. But they have anime merch there. And Japanese candy. I just could not resist. That's one of the things you gotta know about me. There's anime. I go, I run, I slide into your store. I want everything you got. And people, and I may came off as a weird otaku weeb closet basement dweller, sure. But here's the funny thing. I actually like animation in general. So I'm the same way with American cartoons and all sorts of stuff from everywhere. I like traditional 2D, CGI, cel shaded. I'll pretty much watch it. And anime just happens to be one of those anime categories. Animation categories, my bad. And then another reason, well, of course, I like Japan. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, they did create anime. They also created the PlayStation. They also created everyone else's childhood with Nintendo, the Wii, the NES, the SNES, the Game Boy, which is one of my childhood things too. And then, of course, the Wii, of course. How can I forget the Wii? It's like their best seller. It's the best-selling gaming console in the world. Then there's the Wii U that nobody wants to remember. And then now there's the Switch, which is pretty good. It's a lot like the 3DS, only it has Mega Evolved. So, anyway, the reason why I often go and buy Japanese stuff there is because, believe it or not, there is not a lot of Asian stuff where I am at. Anime, I'll buy it. Choose it, I got it. Oh my god, tea that tastes like, oh my bad, tea that tastes super good, that can actually rival England, give it to me. Oh, and then there is the candy, one that tastes like milk, one that tastes like tea, one that tastes like fruit. Oh my god, give me all of it. You know why? Because, for God's sakes, not only is it expensive, yeah, it's a turnoff, but it's so good, and it's pretty savory in comparison to American candies. And I don't see it that often. Why would I pass up the chance of buying Chew-Its, whatever they're called, I'm pretty sure I'm getting it wrong right now, or some Japanese soda that features Zoro from One Piece or Luffy or Goku? Why would I pass that up? That is $3 best spent. I mean, I can buy M&M's everywhere, which I love too. I can buy Pure Leaf Tea, which I can go at Walmart when I don't feel like going to Publix anymore. God, I can do all of that anywhere else. But I'll be damned if I can find some Japanese milk candy in my next Walmart. God, I love Pocky too, but damn, they have the smallest box and it's like almost $5. And God, I'll pass it up too, but when am I going to ever see that? They've been doing it now, but when I was 10 years ago, that wasn't the case. I'm pretty sure my parents, when they get old, they're going to tell their grandkids, your parent used to force us to go to GameStop and FYE and all these conventions to go and buy Pocky. I remembered having to search everywhere in Fort Lauderdale and having to buy all this giant mega case of Pocky for $20. I got that for Christmas because I love them. Why couldn't you buy cartoons? Why couldn't you go and get M&M's? Why didn't you want that? That would have been much easier for us. I can just imagine right now. And then I'm going to say, oh my God, guys, stop it. No. I bought $20 of giant Pocky every year for Christmas because you wanted it so badly. That's already no. No. I bought so much oolong tea for you, and that was $5 somewhere. Not all of them. Thank God tea is cheap. And I went through all the trouble of fighting all this tea because you would not want to buy it from the vending machine. I love tea, okay? I like tea so much that I will go to Starbucks and pretty much will buy tea most of the time. It's been like that since I remembered. I love tea. I love the taste of it. I used to like it really, really sweet, like everybody else would, believe it or not. And then as soon as I graduated, one of the things I wanted to do was eat healthier because, my bad, this tea is really good. Because my family had health issues and I didn't want to be part of that. So I thought I'd try tea without sugar, and I did that for almost a year. Then I went back and had tea regularly. I just could not stomach it anymore. No, it wouldn't let me. I didn't like it. So now I pretty much have it with as little sugar as possible. I really like pomegranate tea. That's my favorite flavor. I don't know what it is. Like, pomegranate tea on its own is really good and sweet. And thank God it's not matcha. I'll pretty much have anything but matcha. I don't know what the hell matcha is. It is its own thing. I mean, whoever likes it, kudos to you. And I've had white tea, for crying out loud. I've had almost every tea throughout my life. White tea isn't even white or clear. It looks yellow. Who the hell called it white tea? That's even better than matcha. And nobody likes to have green tea or matcha. They like to have black tea or an Arnold Palmer, which is a black tea with lemonade with extra sugar. You know what, though? And I have another issue. I don't want to be that person. Lately, it seems like in the past year, I hear people say, "Oh, I love tea just like you." Oh, good. What do you like? What's your favorite flavor? Boba tea. And I know right there and then, I'm not even going to argue with that. Because I know exactly what kind of person likes boba tea. Because boba tea is black tea made with steamed milk. And on top of that is made with tapioca. But it can be inserted with flavors. It can vary from, oh my God, this is just going to be on the top of my head too. Passion fruit, mango, strawberry, lychee, raspberry, blueberry, everything. I've had a green apple one. I've had every once in a while it's rainbow and it's extra. Of course, that's why it's extra. And then so, if you're like me and you go, yeah, give me the regular sugar amount. And then the boba pops, and that's sweet. To a lot of people that don't have sugar, in comparison to tea, I barely taste the tea anymore. And that's not a good side for me. One of the best things I tell people, my buddies, they're like, "Oh, what's the best way to get good tea?" I don't know. Ask if it's fresh brewed. Otherwise, it's not going to be the same. Not for me. I'll tolerate it if it's from the fountain machine, but like I say, I'd rather have a nice fresh brewed tea with lemon flavored infused in it, and with maybe 1 or 2 sugar packets, ideally. So, and then again, boba tea is like every single flavor imaginable. And one of the things you can get in some of these places is cappuccino. Cappuccino flavored tea. How is that possible? I'm pretty sure it is. I can still taste the tea, but how in the world would you go to a tea store and go and order a tea that's supposed to taste like iced coffee? You know, it's funny. Chai tea does taste and look, no, on the surface, chai tea looks like iced coffee. I've had some people think that I'm drinking iced coffee all the time whenever I went to Wawa and bought something, or Dunkin's. And then when they want to try it themselves, because they're thinking, oh, what's so good that the tea drinker is actually drinking it, they spit it out. They're like, what is this? This is not sweet at all. I said, it's chai tea. What is that? It tastes a lot like cinnamon. So it's not that sweet. No, not really. I can't believe it. It's usually good with it. Of course it does. But the way they do it, it's almost impossible for a chai tea, iced chai tea, hot or whatever, to taste good. Because it's that strong. But you know what? I'm not going to be that prick that's going to go and tell the poor cashier, this is fucking sugar water. I want another one. First of all, I knew what I signed up for when I had it the first 5 times. Second of all, this is actually giving me a lot of excuse to go out and get free tea from my friends. I am not going to pass that up. It's not that much. It's only $5 at most. And believe me, when you're constantly drinking tea and you have to buy tea bags, that is saving me a lot of money. I know like each box is normally $2, but again, when you drink a lot of tea, you're definitely paying 100 times more than that. And then the last one, I can at least get some tea at all. Thank God they offer the tea with by itself. Say, I'm sure it's a lot less work for the people involved. That's why they even deal with me. And then, for once, I don't have to get weird looks from people. They're like, why would you want tea? Now you know why I want tea. Boom. Look, I mean, it's just kind of weird. Okay, I never thought I would ever think, wow, there's finally a place where everybody gets to drink tea and like it and understand me. Damn. Here I go again, right? I talk. It seems like, everybody talks in these things, I'm sure. And it's kind of weird hearing it by yourself. And I'm sure eventually people are going to be like, why are you doing this? Oh my God. Well, yeah, that's how I feel every time I watch every one of these videos of mine. It's like, did anybody find this funny? Did anybody watch this? But you know what? The phase 3 of Jack Wonderland Frost, and this was a lot like phase 2, but phase 3 is, I don't care. I have fun, and I want you to have fun with me. And if you don't feel like it, if you want to ruin my day, I don't care. You do you, and I'll do me. That seems to be phase 3 of that. Yep. That's how, I'm pretty sure that's how the people remember me. Oh, that's the one that loves sweet tea so much, I just know right away they want a sweet tea with very little sugar as possible because they want to taste as much of the flavor as tea as possible. I don't know why they describe it like that. Maybe one day when I have one, I'll understand. Yep. Well, I think this is fun, right? It's funny. When I used to watch live streams and I kept wondering why the YouTuber in question, let's say for example, MatPat, Game Theory, I used to wonder, who the heck is he talking to? Why is he talking like that? And then I see on the side of the screen, oh, there was a live stream chat. That's who they were talking to. Oh. Wow, I feel foolish. And now I'm doing pretty much the same thing. I'm at least embracing it. You know, it's funny. Oh yeah, before I forget, Kermit. I loved the Muppets growing up. I mentioned this plenty of times. It's pretty obvious at this point. I'm going somewhere, I know. Kermit has been around since as I wee Jack Frost. And it's weird because it's I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm not a complete prick, is because Kermit is one of those people you just cannot be mean around. I mean, Kermit is just way too nice and pure. And I think to myself, how can these kind of people, they deal with this place and how society can be and still stay that happy and optimistic and wholesome. And, you know, it's funny. Maybe it's for people like me to give people hope in life. So, if that was Kermit's plan all along, it worked. It's funny because I don't mention my parents very often. True. And growing up, I didn't have cable until maybe I was in the 4th grade, I'm going to say. So I grew up with VHS tapes, and I'd watch the Muppets. So Kermit, I guess you could say my best friend has been a frog. Yeah, the kids sure loved that. So, you know, eventually I found out somewhere along the line that Kermit was in a place where I've always visited during my winters. And then I wasn't sure I wanted to go at first, and then I find out Kermit was there. And then it was empty in that place that day. And then, and it's kind of weird because they were saying you're not supposed to take pictures, but it's like, well, we came all the way here and it was for one night. Well, this is me and my mother. I mean, we were going with a bunch of other people to another place, so that's why. And so they're like, okay, you can take pictures and videos and all that, but if anyone else comes, you don't. Fine. I mean, we didn't think we were going to spend so much time there, but, you know, we ate it up. It was amazing. I always had a soft spot for puppets because of Kermit. And then, you know, my mom video called everybody. I mean, this was my aunt, my uncle, another aunt, and a bunch of cousins, and they were all impressed by seeing everything there. It's like, remember when we used to grow up and we saw them there? Now I'm seeing Kermit and the rest of the Muppets live. And then they said, wow, I can't believe it. I wish I was there. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know, Wonderland had found this place. And of course, I say, as expected from me, yeah, because Kermit was there. You know, the best places to visit are the ones that the locals seem to really like. Because when I visited Chicago, it's known for, you know, Italian mobsters and all that jazz music. Funny. And then there's a Chinatown. And then I wanted to go to Chinatown because, again, you know, there's never any Asian places around. And there was a really awesome candy store. And we bought one of everything there from the candy. Everything was good except for the dried fruits. That's how I found out how nasty matcha was. I thought it was black coffee. And then when I tried to find the Kit Kats again, I found out it was matcha. That's why I'm afraid of matcha, and I would never try it. You know what? The summer is pretty good. I'm like a borderline summer birthday. Yeah. It's spring, but it's closing into summer. So, all the people that are born around now, like the rest of my cousins, are going to see the best movies out right now, which doesn't matter anymore because everybody's watching Netflix or Disney Plus or Hulu or Crunchyroll. Man, I really don't like to talk about myself too much. This is why it's not as easy to do these podcasts by myself, because I end up talking about myself one way or another, and I just think plenty of people are more interesting than I am. And, that's why I like to make these kind of videos where I show everybody what kind of strange stuff I've seen that week, or I had seen and I want to tell you about this week. Please, somebody like this movie I enjoy, Mary and Max or something. Or gosh, maybe we can go watch that Halloween Muppets movie where Gonzo is afraid of losing all his friends. Oops, spoiler alert. Or something. He's in the haunted mansion and he has to confront his biggest fears in order to leave. And who knows what it is? Maybe it's getting old or something. But wow, that's actually the biggest part I noticed about this current era of me, Jack Wonderland Frost, is that a lot of people would tell you, even people that have known me for years, that I always was a stoic person. And that I was the one giving people advice. And I was the one that would make everybody laugh. And that I would give my takes. And they were maybe they weren't agreeable, but I had my reasons. And if someone argued with me, I would just sit back and let it happen. But it seems like somewhere along the line, a lot of people have said I've been opening up more about myself, and that's true. I mean, it is the internet. But maybe this has always been a part that I've never thought I'd show. But maybe that's what makes these current videos of mine, is that I get to unleash these emotions into this persona and just react appropriately to all this bizarre and crazy stuff that everyone else is seeing. And it's relatable. That's one of the things I don't get about some YouTubers. They think that this is a guarantee to success. I don't think so. I know it's not so. I have grown up in my teens around YouTubers. And, I am not ashamed that I did start all this in my mid-20s. Because, well, the thing is like, all these YouTubers, I've done plenty of things in my life before this. I have a degree. I still want to finish my degree. I'm going to do it debt-free for sure. I have had successfully helped people run businesses. I had written stories. I've helped people write in stories. I've helped people get better. And for example, this is all just in the top of my head. And I've traveled everywhere. Like, places I never thought I would go. And then, and yeah, I could say, I can get upset and go, well, I've lived a life before I did this. Well, that's not a bad thing. Do you know how many of these YouTubers I can't relate to because they have been in their own bubble since they have grown and became adults? Some have started when they were 18. Some have started when they were 21. Guess what? That became their life. Then what happened was they went into this bubble and they no longer became the person that I had related to. And they'll be stuck there because that's all they know. That's been their whole life. They've never accomplished anything. I mean, when you look back and there's a point where this is all over, at least you can go, well, I did a lot. You know what I mean? So, you know what? So, I've done this not because I'm trying to... Well, I am trying to prove myself. That's true. But I want to prove that I'm good on my own. I don't need other people to rely on me. And I will always be good. And I'm going to be better from now on. And then this current version of me is, if you don't like that I don't have to be the person you don't want to be if I don't want to, I don't care. Gosh. I mean, yeah, because it's so easy. This podcast. Everyone's doing it. And I had pretty much of a good time here. Woo! I mean, I've done this all for fun. And I look back and I go, wow, I hope someone likes it. And if they do, good. Man, the internet can take... Oh, my bad. YouTube takes up a lot of internet. And thank God there are websites where you can download that stuff. That's how I've been able to pull off a lot of my videos. So if you're watching them that way, that's okay. You have to use the internet for more important things, like sending emails to your boss and making sure that deadlines are met in time, or you have to make sure that the right things get sent over, or that you order the latest thing off of Amazon. That's more important than watching a 5-hour-long video on Call of Duty Zombies mode. This whole timeline for 6 hours. God, if it's easier to just download that and watch it with a bunch of friends, do it. Hey, I mean, and if you don't enjoy it, oh well. I mean, somebody is. I mean, I'm not... I'm actually surprised with how many of these little things I've done. And then the majority of the people I've covered got a lot of traction. Maybe I just have really, really good taste in content. But, let's see. Man, when am I ever going to make this one? There's just one thing I want to do so badly. Not the one that's supposed to be released this week. And, unfortunately, I'm going to be too busy on vacation to really see what happens. But maybe one day that will go out. But another big thing I want to do is this whole, review on what I would describe as my favorite book, which is also my favorite musical. I've been doing that for way too long. It has not given enough credit. And the people that do know only know about the more famous adaptation. But I think in order to understand the musical, you have to understand the original source. Because while I do like both versions, I think the book has a lot of thought put into it. And I understand it. And it's pretty adult. It does not sugarcoat anything. But, man, the day that happens, that's going to be one of my longest and most thorough videos to do. I already got a head start on that, but there's another thing. Not enough people really understand it like I would. And people that do know of it, it's been overdone. And who knows what people would think of my perspective on it. But I can tell you this, for now. It's made up a huge part of me. It has given me hope. It has given me comfort. It has given me a open mind. It makes me ask questions. And it lets me think for myself. I mean, this book can be explored in a lot of different ways. And that's what should be truly understood. Man, I wasn't going to bring this up yet. I thought it was going to be a little too soon. But but when you know what it is, I think you could see how it influences me overall. Well, yep, that's the end of this podcast for today. I mean, because it's so easy, right? Anyone can do it. And you know what? I hope you finished petting your dog, or your cat, or your turtle, or your ferret, or your hamster, or your bunny, whatever it is. And I hope you finish those chores you have to do, whether it's cleaning your toilet, washing your dishes, sweeping the floor. I hate that one the most. Or just making some cookies or spaghetti. Whatever it is, I hope you at least enjoyed this. Just as I enjoyed making videos for you to enjoy. Well, stay safe. Because I may not always be around. But I do see and remember. And I will never, my bad. I was like, some things I'm still trying to get used to. And of course, the most important thing is, everything that I've done and every single person I'm talking to, I just want you to know, you matter in any way. Well, there it is. That's the great conclusion. And now, finally, stay safe.